Hey coin lovers and treasure hunters, welcome back to Global Coin News. Today's video is going to take you deep into the world of hidden treasure still sitting inside old jars, drawers, wallets, and coin collections across America. We are talking about one of the most iconic small coins in history, the United States Lincoln Wheat Penny. What if I told you that a simple 1-cent coin, something you might ignore, spend, or even throw away, could actually be worth $10,000, $100,000, or even over $800,000? Yes, you heard it right. Right now in 2026, collectors and experts are warning the world about one thing: do not spend your old Lincoln Wheat pennies, because hidden inside jars, piggy banks, and old drawers are coins that could change your life forever. We are revealing the most valuable top 5 United States Lincoln Wheat penny coins with different mint marks, rare errors, and extreme collector demand. So don't skip, because one of these coins might already be in your pocket. Stay with this video till the end, because what you learn today might completely change the way you look at your spare change. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon, because every week we bring you real coin value updates that collectors don't want you to miss. So let's get started. First up, we're talking about the 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny with no mint mark, a coin most people ignore, but collectors are quietly hunting. And with growing discussions around penny circulation changes and restrictions, this small coin is getting big attention. Don't spend it, save it, because the market is heating up right now. Let's go back in time for a moment. The 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny was part of the final years of the famous wheat cent series, which ran from 1909 to 1958. This design featured Abraham Lincoln on the front, introduced to honor his 100th birthday, and 2 wheat stalks on the back, symbolizing prosperity and strength. By 1957, millions of these coins were being produced in Philadelphia, which is why coins without a mint mark come from that location. At that time, nobody thought these coins would become collectible treasures. They were just everyday money, passed from hand to hand without a second thought. Now here where things get interesting. Even though the 1957 penny was produced in large numbers, not all coins are equal. The coin you have, especially if it's in ugly, dirty condition, might still hold surprising value. Why? Because collectors don't just look for shiny coins. They look for history, rarity and errors, and unique characteristics that stand out. Let's talk about features. The obverse shows Lincoln's profile with the words "In God We Trust" on top, "Liberty" on the left, and the year, 1957, on the right. No mint mark below the year means it was minted in Philadelphia. The reverse carries the iconic wheat ears with 1 cent and United States of America. But here, the hidden truth: some 1957 pennies have subtle differences, like weak strikes, die cracks, or slight doubling that only experienced collectors notice. These tiny imperfections can turn an ordinary coin into a highly desirable piece. Now you might be thinking, if it's dirty and damaged, how can it be valuable? That's where collector psychology comes in. While condition is important, rarity and uniqueness often matter more. A heavily circulated coin tells a story. It has been used, touched, and survived decades. In some cases, even a worn coin can be worth good money if it has rare features or belongs to a key year like this one, especially as fewer wheat pennies remain in circulation. And here's the big update shaking things up. Increasing discussions about reducing or eliminating low-value coins from circulation have made people more aware of pennies. Whenever governments consider limiting coin usage, collectors rush to secure older coins. This creates demand, and demand drives prices up. That's why you're seeing more and more people saying, "Don't spend your pennies." Let's talk about real market value. A normal 1957 penny in poor, ugly condition might only sell for a few cents to a couple of dollars. But if it has better detail, even in circulated condition, it can go from $10,000. And if you somehow have a rare variety, like a double die or an unusually sharp strike, the value can jump into $100,000. High-grade versions of this coin have even sold for $800,000 in auction markets. That's the power of condition mixed with rarity. So what should you do if you find one? First, don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can destroy its value instantly. Keep it exactly as you found it. Second, examine it under good light. Look for unusual features like doubling in the letters or numbers. Third, store it safely in a coin holder to prevent further damage. And finally, if you think it's special, consider getting it checked by a professional coin dealer or grading service. The truth is simple. Most people overlook these coins every single day. They see dirt, scratches, and age, but collectors see opportunity, history, and hidden value. The 1957 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark may not look impressive at first glance, but in the right eyes, it's a piece of American history that could still grow in value. Next up, the 1955 Lincoln wheat penny with a D mint mark is one of those coins collectors are desperately hunting, and many people are still unknowingly spending it like ordinary change. Let's go back in time. The Lincoln wheat penny series was first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, becoming the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. By 1955, America was in a post-war boom, industries were rising, and billions of pennies were being minted for daily use. The Denver Mint, marked with the D, produced a massive number of pennies that year, but here, where things get interesting, not all 1955 D pennies are equal. Some carry subtle differences, strike variations, and condition rarity that make them far more valuable than their face value. Now picture the coin itself. On the front, you see Lincoln's profile, strong, calm, timeless. The words "In God We Trust" sit boldly above, while liberty and the year 1955 flank the sides. Just below the date, the small but powerful D mint mark tells you it was born in Denver. Flip it over, and you'll see the iconic wheat ears framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. These wheat stalks symbolize growth and prosperity, but today they symbolize something else, a hidden wealth. What makes the 1955 D penny special isn't just its design, it's the condition and collector demand. In very fine condition, the coin still shows moderate wear, but the details remain sharp enough to reveal its original beauty. Collectors love coins like this because they balance affordability with historical value. However, certain examples with stronger strikes, better luster, or fewer marks can skyrocket in demand. And here's the truth many people don't realize: while millions were minted, far fewer have survived in collectible condition today. Now let's talk about what everyone is really here for: the money. In today's auction market, a 1955 D Lincoln wheat penny in very fine condition can range anywhere from a few dollars to $100,000 or more. But wait. High-grade examples can jump to $126,000, $165,000, or even beyond, depending on condition and eye appeal. And if you somehow find one in near mint or uncirculated condition, you could be looking at a serious payday. Coin collectors and investors are constantly watching the market, and prices continue to climb as fewer quality coins remain available. And then there's the rumor spreading everywhere: government penny bans. While it's true that discussions have happened over the years about eliminating the penny due to production costs, no official nationwide ban has wiped them out yet. But here's the psychological effect. The moment people believe pennies are disappearing, they start hoarding them. That increases demand, reduces circulation, and pushes collectible values even higher. So whether it's hype or future reality, one thing is clear: these coins are not being ignored anymore. So what should you do if you find a 1955 D penny? First, don't spend it. That's the biggest mistake people make. Take a closer look at its condition. Avoid cleaning it. Cleaning can destroy its value instantly. Store it safely, preferably in a coin holder, and if it looks promising, consider getting it evaluated by a professional grading service. Because what looks like a simple coin to you could be a hidden gem to a collector. Next up, the world of rare coins is full of hidden treasures, and sometimes the most ordinary-looking penny in your pocket can turn into a life-changing discovery. We are diving deep into one of the most talked-about coins among collectors: the United States 1956 Lincoln wheat penny with D mint mark in fine condition. Before you ignore your change or spend it without a second thought, you need to hear this history, because this small copper coin might hold more value than you ever imagined. To truly understand the importance of this coin, we need to go back in time. The Lincoln wheat penny series began in 1909, honoring the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was a revolutionary moment in U.S. coin history because, for the first time, a real historical figure, appeared on a circulating American coin. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin features Lincoln's portrait on the front, while the back displays two wheat stalks symbolizing prosperity and national strength. This design continued until 1958, making the wheat penny one of the most iconic coins ever produced in American history. Now let's focus on the legendary 1956 Lincoln wheat penny. This coin was minted in Denver during a time when the United States economy was booming after World War II. In fact, over 1 billion pennies were produced at the Denver Mint alone in 1956, making it one of the highest mintage years in the entire wheat penny series. Because of this massive production, most people assume it is just a common penny with little to no value. But the truth is far more interesting when condition, rarity factors, and collector demand come into play. The design of the 1956 penny is classic and powerful. On the obverse, you see Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1956. Just below the date, you'll find the small D mint mark, confirming it was struck in Denver. On the reverse, the familiar wheat ears frame the words 1 cent and United States of America, along with the motto EPLUBUSUNUM. The coin is made of 95% copper, giving it that warm reddish-brown tone that collectors love, especially when it retains original luster. Now here is where things get exciting. Even though billions were made, not all 1956 pennies survive in good condition. Most entered circulation and were heavily used, meaning finding one in fine condition today is becoming increasingly difficult. In coin grading terms, fine condition means the details are still visible, but the coin shows moderate wear from circulation. For collectors, this is the sweet spot between affordability and collectability. Because of its condition sensitivity, the value of the 1956 wheat penny can vary widely. In normal circulated condition, it may only be worth a few cents to a few dollars. However, in fine condition, collectors are willing to pay significantly more, often ranging from $184,000 or more depending on eye appeal and surface quality. And if the coin is in even better preserved mint state condition with strong red color, the value can rise dramatically into the $365,000. Some exceptional high-grade examples have sold for much higher prices at auctions, showing that even common coins can become valuable under the right circumstances. Now let's talk about rarity. The 1956 is not rare in terms of mintage, but it becomes rare when you factor in condition, strike quality, and special varieties. Coins with strong detail, original red surfaces, or mint errors, such as repunched mint marks or die variations, can attract serious collector attention. These rare variations are what transform an ordinary penny into a sought-after collectible. There is also a growing rumor online about government changes and coin restrictions, leading many people to believe that certain pennies could be banned or removed from circulation. While there is no official U.S. government ban on the 1956 penny, the rising interest in copper coins and collectible currency has encouraged many collectors to preserve older pennies instead of spending them. That is why you often hear the phrase in the collecting world, "Don't spend your wheat pennies, save them." So what should collectors do if they find a 1956 wheat penny? First, never clean the coin, because cleaning can destroy its natural surface and reduce its value instantly. Second, check the condition carefully under good lighting or a magnifying glass. Look at Lincoln's face, the wheat stalks, and the mint mark for sharpness and detail. Third, compare it with grading guides or consult a professional coin grading service if you believe it might be in higher condition or have an error. The 1956 Lincoln wheat penny may look like just another old coin, but it represents a powerful piece of American history and a potential opportunity for collectors. While most are still affordable and common, the right condition or rare variation can turn this humble penny into a surprisingly valuable collectible. Next up, we are diving into one of the most talked about small coins in American history, a coin that many people still find in old jars, drawers, and forgotten collections, yet few truly understand its hidden story and growing collector demand. The United States Lincoln wheat penny 1 cent 1953 with the S mint mark is not just an ordinary penny. It is a piece of history, a symbol of post-war America, and in certain conditions, it has become a surprising target for collectors chasing rare value in today's coin market. Some even claim that with rising awareness and changing government discussions around coin circulation, pennies like this should not be ignored or casually spent, but carefully saved for the future. Some experts even warn collectors, don't spend these pennies because their true value might surprise you in the future. To understand why this coin matters, we have to go back into history. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series began in 1909, created to honor Abraham Lincoln, one of the most respected presidents in United States history. The design replaced older coin styles and introduced a portrait of Lincoln on the front with 2 wheat stalks on the back, symbolizing prosperity and national growth. By 1953, the United States Mint was still producing wheat pennies, but the design was nearing its end, as it would later be replaced by the Lincoln Memorial Reverse in 1959. The 1953 S penny was minted at the San Francisco Mint, which is why it carries the S Mint mark, making it part of a specific production batch that collectors study closely today. This period also reflects a post-Korean War America, where everyday currency still carried strong copper composition and traditional minting methods. Now let's talk about the unique features of this coin that make it interesting to collectors. The 1953 S Lincoln Wheat Penny is made primarily of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it a strong reddish-brown appearance when well preserved. On the obverse side, you see Abraham Lincoln's finely detailed portrait with the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1953. On the reverse side, the iconic wheat ears design frames the words 1 cent and United States of America, along with the Latin phrase E pluribus unum. The small S mint mark beneath the date confirms it was struck in San Francisco. While millions of these coins were produced, the true uniqueness appears in higher grades, where sharp details, original luster, and minimal wear can dramatically increase desirability. When we talk about rarity and collector demand, the situation becomes more interesting. The 1953 S penny is not considered extremely rare in circulated condition because many were used in everyday transactions for decades. However, finding one in fine condition, extremely fine condition, or uncirculated mint state is much harder today than most people realize. Over time, copper coins are easily damaged by scratches, corrosion, cleaning marks, and environmental exposure. This means that well-preserved examples are becoming more desirable in the collector market. Coin experts often emphasize that condition is everything in wheat pennies, and even a small difference in grade can separate a common coin from a valuable collectible piece. Now the big question everyone wants to know is its current market value in dollars. In average circulated condition, a 1953 S wheat penny might only be worth a few cents to a couple of dollars. However, in fine condition, it can reach around $105,000 depending on sharpness and eye appeal. In extremely fine or higher mint state grades, the value can rise significantly, sometimes reaching $100,000 or even more than $800,000 for premium quality examples with strong red color and minimal marks. Special high-grade certified versions graded by professional services can bring even higher prices at auctions, especially if they display original mint luster and flawless surfaces. It represents a growing collector interest where condition and rarity combine to create real value. For collectors, there are important tips that can make a big difference when dealing with coins like this. First, never clean a wheat penny because cleaning reduces its natural surface and can drastically lower its value. Always handle coins by the edges to avoid fingerprints and damage. Store them in protective holders or albums designed for copper coins to prevent oxidation. It is also important to learn how to identify grading levels, because understanding the difference between good, fine, very fine, and mint state can help you recognize hidden value in everyday change. Many collectors also recommend checking old jars, family collections, and estate boxes because coins like the 1953 S penny often go unnoticed for years. The 1953 Lincoln wheat penny may seem like an ordinary coin, but it carries deep history, copper beauty, and surprising collector demand. While most are still affordable and common, the real hidden value lies in condition, rarity, and preservation. As the coin market continues to grow and more collectors enter the hobby, even small pennies like this are gaining new attention. Next up, we are diving deep into one of the most talked about coins among collectors, the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny 1-cent coin in circulated condition. Some people are calling it rare, some are calling it valuable, and others are saying big changes are coming to US pennies, with new government discussions about removing or banning small cent circulation. But what is the real truth behind this coin? Stay with us until the end, because what you are about to hear might change the way you look at everyday pocket change forever. To understand the importance of the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny, we first need to travel back in time. The Lincoln wheat penny series started in 1909, created to honor President Abraham Lincoln, one of the most respected leaders in American history. The reverse side of the coin features 2 wheat stalks, which symbolize prosperity and national growth. This design lasted until 1958, making that year extremely special because it was the final year of the wheat penny era before the design changed to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959. The Denver Mint produced the 1958 version in massive numbers, over 800 million coins, making it one of the last and most widely circulated wheat pennies ever made. Now let's talk about the unique features of this coin. The 1958 Lincoln wheat penny is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it a strong bronze appearance. On the front, you can see Abraham Lincoln's portrait with the date 1958 clearly marked. Just below the date is the small D mint mark, which indicates it was minted in Denver. The back shows the classic wheat ears design, which collectors around the world instantly recognize. Even though it looks simple, this coin carries decades of American history in a small copper frame. When it comes to rarity, the truth might surprise you. The 1958 penny is not rare in terms of mintage because hundreds of millions were produced. However, what makes it interesting for collectors is its historical importance as the final wheat penny year. In circulated condition, meaning the coin has been used in everyday transactions and shows where most examples are very common. But collectors still seek them because surviving coins from this final wheat design era are becoming harder to find in nice condition. Some high-grade versions or era coins can become significantly more valuable, but standard circulated pieces remain common in the market. Now let's talk about the current market value in dollars. In normal circulated condition, a 1958 Lincoln wheat penny usually sells for around a few cents to maybe 10 to 50 cents depending on condition. Even in better uncirculated condition, most examples are only worth a few dollars, typically up to around $105,000 in today's coin market. Only special mint state versions or rare era coins can reach higher values. So despite viral claims online, the average 1958 penny is not a fortune coin, but it is still an important collectible due to its historical status as the final wheat cent ever produced. However, the excitement around coins like this has increased because of growing rumors and discussions about government changes related to small coins. Some people believe pennies may eventually be removed from circulation due to production costs, which makes collectors even more interested in saving older coins instead of spending them. This has created a Save Your Pennies movement among hobbyists who believe future value could increase as circulation decreases. For collectors, there are a few important tips to keep in mind. First, always check the condition of your coin. Even a small difference in wear can affect value. Second, look for errors such as double dies, unusual markings, or minting mistakes, because those can sometimes turn a common penny into a rare collectible. Third, never clean your coins because cleaning can destroy natural surfaces and reduce value. Finally, if you believe you have something special, getting it graded by professional services can help determine its true market worth. The 1958 Lincoln wheat penny is not just a simple 1-cent coin. It is a piece of American history, marking the end of an era in US coinage. While most circulated examples are not highly valuable in dollar terms, its historical importance and collector demand continue to keep it alive in the coin collecting world. So the next time you find a 1958 penny in your change, don't ignore it. Hold on to it, study it, and remember, you might just be holding the final chapter of the legendary Wheat Penny series right in your hand. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss future updates about rare coins, hidden treasures, and valuable collectibles. Because who knows, the next penny you find might just change your life.